Hey guys, welcome back to Goose Adventures. I am so glad you're here. Can I just start off by saying a huge thank you? Thank you for all your lovely, warm, kind, and wonderful messages you've left. I am so moved and so touched by each of you who takes the time to write me, by so many of you who said you started your own weight loss journey. I'm so proud of you. Whether you're just starting out, you're just thinking about starting out, whether you're down a couple of pounds or you're down a significant amount of weight, whatever's going on with you, I just want to say it takes works, it takes guts, it takes courage, and you've got all of that. And I'm very proud of this flock. I really am. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Welcome to the channel. This one's a little bit different from me. My main channel is RHR Jen. That's where I cover the royal family and why you see so much England stuff or UK stuff over here. But here is a little bit different channel. It's a little bit more of I get to show my personality and explain what's going on. I am down, I've lost more weight. So I don't say the actual exact number because I don't know what it is, as I didn't get on the scale at my heaviest. I do know it's at least 134 pounds. It's actually up over 140 pounds now. But again, I think we're splitting hairs. You get the idea. I'll just say it's over 135 pounds. That I know for sure. And so whatever it is, it's a big number. And I'm excited to share the journey with you. I've been at this at least, I think it's now up over 18 months. And it's been hard. It really has, but it's been so fulfilling. And so I'm sharing my tips and tricks along the way, and that's what I'm doing here. So today I thought I'd share with you some of my hacks. I had a lot of questions about this and a lot of asks for this kind of video. So it's going to be things from food hacks to just life hacks, things that I do that made things a little easier along the way. Now, I'm going to remind you all, I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse practitioner. I'm not a nutritionist. So the things that work for me may not work for you. I would strongly advise you to do your own research, discuss with your doctor whatever you're thinking about doing, make sure it's right for you. And I also understand that everybody's physically different and mentally different, and we handle stress differently and all that. So just take this as this is my experience through this, and figure out what your experience will be. But do share it with me because I love reading your comments. I really do. Okay, now let's get into this. The first thing I'm going to say is this. Okay, so something that has been such a huge help for me recently, and I think there are phases through this, right? Like when I first started out on this weight loss thing, I did it by myself. I just knew I needed to make a change, and I just made up my mind that I was going to do it. I just quit. I quit everything. I just realized I needed to do it. And that worked for me at the time, going solo and just working and every day focusing on working and making these changes. And that was the hardest part for me. Now I'm more about maintaining. I'm now more focused on the fitness side of things. So for me, what is a hack and what is helpful, and maybe I can provide this for some of you and you can provide it for me and we can provide it for each other in the comments. And that is, I call it the accountability buddy. I can't say it right. I always laugh about this accountability buddy. That's what I started calling it. So I can tell you who my accountability buddy is. Do you want to know who it is? It's Dylan from Winning Communication. Hi, Dylan, if you're watching. So Dylan and I, if you don't know Dylan, he's awesome. We've become friends because of this crazy Meghan and Harry stuff that we cover. I shouted him out a long time ago because he had pulled a video I had never seen anybody else talk about. And I thought he had such an interesting take. So I shouted him out. And it led to us talking, and we've collabed a bunch since then. So he's become a friend online and offline. So he's a lot of fun. But he is somebody really great he's recommended this book that I keep talking about, Atomic Habits. I really enjoy that. But he's really great at helping me set goals, whatever they are. He never makes fun of my goals. Again, he's just a good friend, and I can tell him, whatever it is, like, Dylan, I don't like how I look in this. I want to look better. Or Dylan, I I hate how this looks on my body. I want to fix it. I hate how this is, that kind of stuff. So we just talk openly about goals like that. Now it's transitioned to not just physical goals. It's like, okay, he'll set a goal like, okay, I want to read for an hour every day. And then he'll just message me and say, okay, I did it, or, oh, I didn't do it today. My goal personally right now is to cut back on these stupid things. I want to quit them, but it's so hard for me. I feel like it's the last addiction that I have. So he's my accountability buddy. So I tell him my goals. I've actually written out my goals here. Quit Coke Zero. It's number one. I can't show you all my goals. Some of them are really personal, but I have it written on top. Quit Coke Zero. It's the only soda I drink, and I've got to quit it. I got to stop. Anyway, so now I text him how many I have, and he never judges me for it, but it's almost like I'm embarrassed to tell him, yeah, I had 4 today, whatever. It's embarrassing. Anyway, but I find that having an accountability buddy, we don't talk every day. It's just like a quick text, like, okay, I'm not going to look at WhatsApp until I get my work done. And he'll say, okay, I'm not going to pick up my guitar until I get my work done, that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of nice to have somebody who sets goals and helps through these things. So I would say get an accountability buddy if you can find one like that, or just even if it's just an acquaintance here and you don't want to trade phone numbers, don't trade phone numbers. Just do like emails to each other if you guys are comfortable, whatever it is. Leave me messages here in the comments. Say, my goal is, 3 sodas a day, whatever it is, get it down to 2 sodas a day. And then go back and follow up on that comment and say, okay, today I drank 3, today I drank 4. This is a judgment-free zone. We're going to make a ladies and gentlemen and goosely agreement here that if we fail, we're not going to be hard on ourselves. We're just going to try to be accountability buddies. I think that is the biggest hack and tip I can give you, because that's made a difference for me. Thank you, Dylan. Check out Winning Communication and tell Dylan honk honk. But don't steal my accountability buddy. He's a good one to have, and he's so helpful. Don't steal him from me. He's very helpful. All right. Some other hacks in no particular order. Some will be food hacks. Some will be just life hacks that I've found. And I really want you to chime in with yours. Oh, before I get more into these, I want to pitch this to you too. I've been thinking about going forward with the channel and what can we do. I want to start doing fitness challenges too. And I totally get it. Not everybody, some people have gone through surgeries and different physical, all this stuff. But if you want to participate, if you are able to, if it makes sense for you to participate, then let me know. Like, I was thinking, can we challenge ourselves to 10,000 steps a day for 5 days? So that way we give ourselves 2 days grace. Let's see. So today, this will go up on Saturday. So we can have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, let's do that. And so can we do 5 of the 7 days? I'm going to write myself a note. 10,000 steps. Can we do that? And listen, how about this? I'm writing myself a note. Days, 10K steps. That's my personal goal. It doesn't have to be yours. Let's say you're just not in that position. Let's say you're recovering from something. Let's say it's not possible. It's whatever. Set your own step goal. Even if yours is 2,000 steps a day, that's something. That is something. Set that as your goal, and let's try to do it 5 out of the 7 days. And let's report back on the next one. Are we okay with that? Let me know. I would like to do that. So my personal goal that I'm saying out loud is 10,000 steps a day. Now, I'll be totally honest with you. I love to walk. I can usually hit that no problem. This dumb foot right here, I have bruised on the top of it. It's not an excuse. It's the truth. It's because I've taken up running some too. I don't like running. And I seem to have, sorry, I'm stuck. Hold on. I seem to have strained something. So I'm aiming for 10,000, but I'm saying out loud, I'm not going to be mad at myself if I hit 8,000 because my foot just won't do it. I'll figure out a way. So same to you. Don't be mad at yourself. Just do the best you can, but do challenge yourself. If you think you can hit 2,000, maybe set it for 2,500 steps. If you think you can hit 4, set it for 4,500. But we're not going to be mean or mad at each other if we don't hit it. We're just going to do the best we can. Okay? I like this plan. All right, so that's my personal goal. I'm saying out loud is 10,000 steps. We're going to see if I can hit that. When I was at Disney, I hit 35,000 steps in a day. So I'm physically capable of doing it. I just need the stupid foot to get better. It may be that the first 2 days I walk like 6,000 steps, but then the other days maybe I can kick it up a notch. We'll see. But let's report back on the next one. You can let me know how you did. I'll let you know how I did. We'll go from there. 10,000 steps a day. We got this. Or that's my goal. Tell me yours in the comments. Let's see. Okay, so going to more hacks. Sorry, the future of the channel. So I want to set physical goals that we can achieve with each other. I was trying, and I'm still looking into how to do in the future, maybe some sort of smaller group. It was recommended to me by a friend. Thank you, friend, for recommending something like, I'm still looking into it. There's programs, I think it's called Two-Way. I need to look into that, where you can break into smaller groups, and maybe we could do some like, I don't know if coaching is the right word, but supporting each other in smaller groups. I'm still figuring out the logistics of this. So you got to be patient with me, but know that I'm aware that at some point you're going to get sick of me saying, eat chocolate almonds every week. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep this community growing and figure out the best way to support each other. So if you have a suggestion, leave it in the comment. My wheels are turning on this. I am very much thinking about this stuff. So let me know your thoughts. Some people have suggested I start an email address where you can email me your stories. I'm okay with that. My hesitation there is this: I have very limited time. It's just the truth. I have 2 channels I'm running, and I just so much going on, and I have a Gosling, and it's hard. It is hard for me to keep up with that. I'm off social media, so I can't even have you DM me there. But I'm thinking about the email address. The problem is that I know so many will write me, the most incredible heartfelt letters, and I will love them. It's getting the time to read through them. It's hard. So let me give that more thought, and we'll figure it out. I really think the smaller groups might be the answer, because then if we meet, once a week or something, I don't know, meet certain designated times, that might make more sense. So that way, it's not that I've spent 6 hours reading emails behind the scenes. It's that we can meet, have a, quick conversation or a round table of some sort, and go from there. So I just want you to know I'm thinking about it. I see that I want to keep growing this channel. It's fantastic. And I want it to be more interactive. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. For now, the way it can be interactive is just keep commenting. I don't always respond, but I do read them. And I love your comments so much. I really do. You mean the world to me. Thank you for that. Continuing on, I want to okay, so let's go into some more hacks. These are some hacks that have worked for me. They might not necessarily work for you in no particular order. Some are going to be food, some are going to be not. Okay. For me, what has helped is paying attention to my steps. Steps are big for me now. They've been big for me for a while, but now they're really big for me. I feel like if I don't get my walking in, I haven't cleared my head properly. It's almost like I crave it now, which is such a weird thing for me to say, because I'll be honest with you, when I was heavier, I didn't like to exercise. I didn't. I just thought, oh, it's not my thing. Excuse me, it's not my thing. This is where again, I sound like I'm selling it. I'm not. I make no money on this book. I just am really enjoying the book. It's hitting home for me, this Atomic Habits. He talks about self-talk and how we can very easily talk ourselves in and out of habits. People that talk about themselves in a way like, if I said, I don't really like to run, that's one way of saying, sometimes I run. Another way of saying it is, I'm a runner. I go running. And it may feel weird. It feels weird for me to say that because I haven't bought into it fully. I don't think I am a runner, but I do go running. Sometimes I go running. So if I say it more confidently, where I am internalizing this and I think I'm a runner, I'm somebody who eats healthy, then I'm more likely to internalize this and I'm more likely to stick with it. It's just a cool thing I picked up from this book. So I'm trying to change the way I say things, because I unfortunately am very guilty of having negative self-talk. I don't mean to. It's just It's just what I do. And so instead of, oh, I don't run very well, I'm a runner. I go running. It doesn't matter if I'm good at it or bad at it. It is something that I do. And then my body and my brain fall into line and think, okay, well, then let's go running. What would a runner do? You have to think like that. So, with that has come my brain thinking, I'm a healthy eater. This is something that I do. I don't mess around with that. I eat healthy foods. So, I believe it because I know it and I live it. So, I am a healthy eater. So that has been a hack for me, is getting my brain to catch up, if that makes any sense, with the rest of me, or maybe it's the vice versa, maybe getting my brain engaged and getting my body to catch up with where my brain's at. But in my brain, I know I'm a healthy eater, so I eat healthy now. In my brain, I'm getting on board. You can hear the difference. I have no problem saying I am a healthy eater because 90% of the time I am a healthy eater. I don't always get it right, but I mostly do. Working out, I'm getting better at. So I am somebody who works out. I now work out 5 to 6 days a week. I try to take one day off, but I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and I don't just work out a little bit. We're talking like at least 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's hard. It's hard to find the time, but I do it because it's important to me. My other problem is I get bored. I get ADD real bad. It's again where my accountability buddy comes in handy. Sometimes I'm messaging one of you guys to work while I'm working out. It sounds silly because I probably should focus, but I don't care. I'm walking fast. I'm holding in my tummy. I'm swinging my arms and doing things, but my brain is happy because I'm still communicating with some of you guys, I've answered comments before while working out. It keeps my brain happy. It keeps my brain doing stuff while my body's doing stuff. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I know if you're really seriously training, your whole everything should be engaged. But honestly, just do whatever you got to do to make it better. So for me, talking to friends sometimes makes it better. For me, putting in a good podcast. I love the podcast Bitch Sesh. I've talked about that before. I love that podcast. It makes me laugh. How did this get made? Makes me laugh. What's that? There's the food podcast. I don't know if you should listen to food while you do it, but there's off menu podcast, things like that. I love those things. So when I put in those, it kind of makes my brain go, fun. And I can enjoy it while I'm working out. So that's a hack. But I would say get your head on right. Get your head on right. Get these habits. Get your head on right. Get your accountability buddy. That'll help you. That's the hacks that have worked for me. Another hack: use smaller plates. I've always heard this, and I think it's cliche, but I don't care. There's something to it. I also heard use blue plates. So I have blue plates now, just a smaller blue plate. I used to use the big dinner plates. You don't need that. Get a smaller plate. It sounds silly, but it tricks your brain into thinking you're eating more than you are. And it feels different on a smaller plate. It does. It feels like you've got more quantity there, and it does something for you. I find that eating slower helps me with this too. So if I get a small plate, and something about the color blue, obviously I love the color blue, but I had read that eating off a blue plate makes you eat less. And I don't know why. Let's find out together, shall we? Hold on. Because I'm always curious and I always want to learn, right? Why should you eat off of blue plates? People eat less if there's a high contrast between the plate and the food. So if you eat light colored food like pasta off a dark blue plate, you'll eat less than if you eat pasta off a white plate. Oh, that's interesting. And I guess not a lot of foods are blueberries, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, there you go. So I eat off of a smaller blue plate. It's just like the side of a salad plate versus the dinner plate. And listen, I always say, I'm not trying to promote any EDs here. You do what works for you, and some of these might not work for you. In my case, it works for me. If I'm still hungry, I can add more to the plate, but my start out portion is smaller by doing that. And it works for me. So I do that. Let's see. More protein at breakfast. That is something when I talked about the foods that I eat that a lot of people commented on and said, "You don't what do you eat for breakfast?" Okay, this is a judgment-free zone, right? Yes, okay. I strive to tell you the truth. I thrive on I mean, no, that's not the word. I pride myself on telling you the honest truth, even if it's embarrassing for me. Here's my embarrassing truth. I hate breakfast food. I'm not into it. I know eggs are wonderful. Oh, have you tried them like this? Have you tried them like that? I've tried everything. I don't like breakfast food. If I'm going to eat breakfast food, so honestly, my favorite breakfast food is pancakes, and I don't want to be eating that. I mean, once in a while, but not every day. So I don't like breakfast food. See what I did there? I could easily say, I just want to eat pancakes every day. But if I say, I don't want to eat breakfast food, then my brain goes, yeah, I don't want to eat breakfast food. There you go. That's another hack. But I don't want to eat breakfast food. So I like to eat lunch and dinner foods for breakfast. I honestly don't eat that much in the morning. I never have been a big breakfast person. That's not where I get into trouble. But I'm trying to there's a hack about thinking about food differently. We've been so conditioned. Oh, at breakfast, you need cereal, you need juice, you need all this stuff. And it's like, do we though? You have to decide for yourself and with your doctor if you do. I don't think I do. So I'm trying to tip that on its ear. And so I did hear about eating dinner for breakfast, lunch, and then breakfast size for dinner. Switch your portions up a little bit. Eat heavier earlier in the day so that way you have the day to burn it off and eat late at night. That makes sense to me. That's honestly what I end up usually doing. But I'm a weirdo and like some of my favorite remember I talked about my food hacks. I can't allow myself too many choices with food because I get into trouble. So like my breakfast, if I have breakfast, my breakfast will be like, this is so weird, but like some sunflower seeds. Or I'll get, I love boiled peanuts. I talk about that. I eat those like every day. I love them because they're so filling, but the calories aren't bad. You just got to watch the salt. And you feel like you've really eaten a lot of food and it's delicious. So I eat those like they're going out of style. I eat black beans with taco seasoning on them, and I'll have those for breakfast. I don't care. I will cook broccoli for breakfast. And I know I sound like a weirdo, but I do. I just don't like eggs that much. I know some people do eggs with all these veggies in it, and that's fantastic. It's just not really my thing. So you got to find what works for you. And my hack to you is don't feel limited to breakfast food. I had a half of a steak left over that I had 2 nights ago. And I again with food, I try to think about how hungry am I? As I'm eating, I'm like, okay, have I had enough? Do I need more? And if I can, I'll cut it portion wise. So like the steak was just more than I needed. If I didn't pay attention, I could have eaten the whole thing, but I didn't want to. So I cut it in half. So I had the other half. And guess what I had the next morning for breakfast? The other half of that steak. And guess what? It was delicious. And yeah, if you like eggs, scramble up some eggs with it. It's just not my thing. So I just had the other half of that steak and I felt great. In fact, you know what I had for breakfast? Steak and broccoli. It was delicious and I don't regret it at all. And then I feel like, that was a really good meal. I was full for a long time after that. And then when it was dinner time and I just wanted like a little snack, I didn't feel like, oh, I missed out on a meal because I basically already had dinner just earlier in the day. So it's just these psychological hacks. You have to find what works for you. And what works for me is I don't need traditional breakfast, lunch, and dinner like that. I just don't. I love a salad. That's one of my favorite foods. I didn't even talk about that in my food thing. I love a salad. I love a chopped salad. Throw as much vegetables and all that stuff, crunchies in there as you can, like onions. Oh, I love onions. Stuff like that. Throw it all in there. It's great. Um, Cucumbers, anything like that, peppers, whatever you want. Throw it in there. See, I will throw stuff like this in my salad. I just love a crunch in a salad. So something like that is great. And you're just adding the health benefits to it. So that's my favorite lunch. It's just like a mixed salad like that, something like that. And then, maybe a little grilled chicken for dinner. But usually my dinners are pretty not much or like a little mixed bowl of some sort. I said before, I do like to eat brown rice It's just a healthy carb for me, and I do need a little bit of carbs. I never like restrict anything, but I find myself that I just don't eat much bread anymore. I just don't. And so I find that brown rice kind of satisfies that, or even like some quinoa, something like that kind of satisfies that. And I feel pretty good. So that's another hack. Adding fiber-rich foods to your meals help. Again, that's where my boiled peanuts really help me, and my black beans. I never used to like black beans, but I've gotten to where I do, and I crave them. So I eat black beans quite a bit, and just a little seasoning on them, and then I'm good. And that's the fiber. Oh, people are asking how I season the chicken. It really depends on what I'm feeling. Honestly, I don't like to cook. I've said that before. So what I do sometimes is at the beginning of the week, I'll throw some chicken into a crock pot just with a bunch of this is how often I cook. Just a bunch of what you call it, chicken stock and some whatever herbs I'm feeling, some garlic or something like that. And I just let it cook till it's really tender. And then I just have all this chicken on hand. So I can just grab little pieces of it and just kind of, when I need the protein, it's there. So that's what I do. I'm pretty boring. I really am. And that's okay with me. I'm not even self-deprecating when I say that. I'm okay being boring with food. There was a time where I would not have been okay with it. I'm okay with it now. It doesn't matter to me the same way. It's again, the biggest hack I can tell you is that get an accountability buddy, and also take the emotion out of food. You got to take the emotion out of it. I used to do my world used to revolve around food, and now it's not the case anymore. So I've thrown myself into work and parenting. That's where my world revolves around now. My world revolves around my gosling, but it's just, yeah, it can't be food anymore. And I feel so much better since I've stopped doing that. It took me a long time. Don't let me fool you. It takes a long time to get to that place. But you just keep telling yourself what's important. And food's not it. Food is not it. I don't need to celebrate with food. I don't need to commiserate with food. I don't need something salty after I have something sweet. Whereas before I felt that need. I don't need it. Now, if I could just get rid of the need for Coke Zero, I'd be perfect. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. Like, that's my last thing I'm trying to kick. Come on, accountability, buddy, help me. But gosh, yeah, I see. Oh, the fiber-rich foods. Look for fiber-rich foods with every meal because it's going to help fill you up, and you're probably less likely to dive face first into, when you like to accidentally get starving. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly, things like that. Those are always good hacks. That's something I've had to learn too. Because before, when something was delicious, I'd try to like wolf it down. You don't want to do that. Keep healthy snacks accessible. If you know me at all, you know this is a big thing for me. In fact, let me take this opportunity. This is part of keeping myself accountable is once in a while on camera, I'm going to stand up. It's not my favorite thing to do. And reminder, this is a fisheye lens, but I stand up because then I know I'm going to have to stand up. So there's no hiding anything there. So you can see my before picture. Let me timestamp this so I know what time it is. 28 minutes. Okay. You can see my before picture of what I looked like. I don't know which side it'll be on. And here I am now. Okay, so there you go. Standing up. There you go. All right. Let me show you though. There's a reason I stood up. And that is to show you this. I keep things like this. It doesn't have to be this, it's whatever you like, but it's keeping packs of things like this. So like these here are nuts and dried fruit. I like the kind with dried fruit. Not everybody does. I just need the little pop. And 210 calories. And I know this is actually a decent sized bag. And I know it will, like if I keep some in my purse, then I'm not starving. If I'm out somewhere and it takes me longer than I planned, then I'm not starving. So, oh, and then I have these. Yeah, so here I am, by the way. I know, it's so weird to show. I don't normally show standing up, but I feel like I need to be accountable. So fish islands, remember that. There you go. There I am standing up. That's what I look like. Okay. So quite a difference though from where I came. So here's another pack. I love to get these little packs from like Target or wherever I'm at, like the store. Like this pack's only 160 calories. So if I need a smaller snack, I have something like this. I love nuts. I've always said that I love nuts. So this is a great omega pack that has like dried cranberries, almonds, walnuts, pepitas, pecans. I know I say that weird. I'm in the South. Anyway, yeah, so there's all kinds of snacks like that. Look for what interests you, look for what tastes good to you, and keep those in your, near you in your car, in your purse, wherever. So that way, if you get into that situation, then you're ready to go, and that will help you. It helps me for sure. Walk after meals. That's a good one. Walking has become more and more of a habit for me. See, in that atomic habits, I'm telling you, small changes, big results. So think about that. If you could just change things, his whole point is just tweak things just a little bit. 1 or 2% of a change ends up being pretty big outcome by the end of the year. And he's right. So think about that. If you're like, okay, I'm going to pick one meal a day that afterwards I'm just going to take a walk. How about that? Then by the end of the week, you've taken all these extra walks that you didn't plan on. Even if you do it every other day, that's what, 3 to 4 extra walks you didn't plan on. So I think that's a pretty good hack. Swap one high calorie habit out. How about that? So cut out one daily indulgence to create more of a calorie deficit. Is there something that you're doing right now that's a habit that you can cut that's a calorie indulgence? I don't have a daily one. I have one that's so dumb that I do, and I've talked about it before. And I don't believe in depriving myself. So I'll never go. I don't think anybody should ever cut every food. I don't think that's healthy at all. I'll always have a couple of bites of whatever. It's fine. I have this dumb habit of McDonald's. Every couple weeks, I get McDonald's. And yeah, every couple weeks is fine. It used to be once a week, but now it's every couple weeks. But still, I think, why do I need it's just a habit at this point. Why do I need this? If I could cut it down to once a month, I'd feel better about that. I just like their nuggets. I don't know why. And so sometimes when I'm out like running errands with my kid and we're hungry and stuff, she's like, I want McDonald's. I'm like, all right, once in a while, it's fine. So and it is fine once in a while. Again, I can't let food control me like it did before. I can't be like, oh, that's a bad food or oh, it's a good food. It's just food. Who cares? But I can't slide backwards into that where it's like, oh, it's been a really hard day. I could do McDonald's again. I don't want to do that. I don't want it to become any kind of habit. So, but yeah, if you could swap out one high calorie habit, a Starbucks or something like that, you're going to create a pretty big calorie deficit. Again, these little changes equal big results. So I want you to think about that. Let's see here. Food hacks that I brought. I was trying to think on that. Some of them are common sense, but just in case. Swap out your white breads for whole grain bread. They find that whole grain, of course, has more fiber, which will keep you more full longer. Swap out your sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea if you can handle it. I don't have sugary drinks, but I gotta kick that. Somebody can be my accountability buddy and help me kick my Coke Zero. You'll be my hero. Swap fried snacks for air pop popcorn. I just read a thing again recently about how good for us popcorn is, how it's got some really good health benefits. And so I'm like, I love popcorn. It's just one that I sometimes forget that I love popcorn. So that's one that I need to pick back up. Swap white rice for quinoa or cauliflower rice. They even make those I like the little Uncle Ben's. I know they're probably processed, but those heat up rice. I like the long grain and the wild ones and the brown ones. Those are good, but I think they even have like cauliflower rice where you can just heat them up like that. I think that's pretty cool. I like quinoa. I don't have it often, but when I've had it, I like it. The other thing I like is kind of, I don't know if it's similar, but I put in the same category is lentils. There are lentils that are pre-cooked that you can just heat up, and they kind of don't have much of it's kind of an earthy flavor, but if you mix in cook things with them, they kind of take on that flavor. So I'll have lentils with like grilled vegetables, and all I can taste are the grilled vegetables. So that's a good one. Try to swap your creamy dressings. I know this is hard for some, for a vinaigrette or Greek yogurt. Now, here's my tip on dressing. I like the creamy dressings. Sometimes I like just avocado oil and garlic salt on a salad. That's great with me. But sometimes I need that creamy dressing. And I'm a snob. I don't like store-bought ranch. I don't think it tastes the same. I don't like it. I like restaurant ranch, regardless of what dressing I'm using. I remember this hack years ago, and I've always done it since. The way to do so much less dressing is don't just pour it all over your salad. You probably already know this. Instead, I get them in the little cups, okay? Then I get my bite of salad on the fork, and then I just barely dip it in. That sounds crazy, but you use so much less dressing that way, and every bite has the dressing. So that is one of my favorite hacks. I do that every time. It's so second nature. I remember doing it. I've probably done that for 20 years. I don't even think about it anymore. I never pour salad dressing all over it. The one exception would be is if it's a chopped salad and you need to shake it to get it on there, maybe. But even then, I'd rather have it in a little cup. I get my bite of salad on the fork, and then I eat it. That's it. So that's a way to save a lot of calories. Even if you like the real dressings, you're just using a lot less of it. But I do like, if I do the avocado oil and the garlic salt, that I will chop up a salad and I'll shake that on there. So that way the avocado oil kind of gets all over. It's good for me. So I like that. Swap ice cream for frozen bananas. So that's one that I've kind of taken on too. I'm not the biggest ice cream person, but once in a while I like ice cream. But I learned this hack that if you freeze bananas and you put them in a Ziploc, okay, and then one night you're just really wanting some sort of ice cream treat, you can blend that thing up with just like, I'll do a splash of almond milk. It just depends on what consistency you want and what flavor you want. My favorite treat with that is to do a splash of almond milk, so that way it's kind of like creamier. And then I'll do just a little bit of peanut butter in there. Then you got a peanut butter banana like ice cream treat almost. But the majority of it is the 2 frozen bananas that I've put in there. That's it. It's so good that way. I love it. It's tasty. But that satisfies my ice cream craving. And again, listen, have ice cream if you want to have ice cream. If you're going to do ice cream, I would say don't put it in a regular bowl, put it in a little mug or something. So that way you just have less of it. You just have to think of what works for you. I'm not dare saying deprive yourself. I'm saying rethink your choices and how to make them work for you. Swap pasta for zucchini noodles. That's an option. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't because I like the pasta. I just try to look for, they have now like protein pasta, or they even have ones with veggies in it. I try to do those because the Gosling has no idea, so I can trick her. Anytime I can trick her into eating some extra veggies, it's a win for mommy. Let's see if I have any more on this page. Something that is recommended, and again, I'm not a nutritionist. Some people swear by butter. Some people don't. The recommended thing, the thing that I do is I usually swap butter for some sort of like healthier oil, like avocado oil. I look for the avocado oil, the cold press, like all that stuff. Or even an olive oil. It's just something I personally like to do, but I don't cut out all butter. It's not like that. If I go to the movie theaters and they ask me if I want butter on my popcorn, I'm saying heck yeah. But at home, I don't cook much, but if I do, I'm probably not going to put butter on something. That's just my personal opinion. So yeah, those are my hacks. I want to know yours. I want to know your thoughts on all this. Tell me some hacks. Tell me what works for you. Tell me if you have a trick that helps you through this. Tell me if you have an accountability buddy. If you're looking for one, volunteer yourself in the comments. And if you see someone volunteering themselves and you want to be theirs, talk to each other. Talk to each other here, or talk to me here in the comments and say, hey, this is my goal. I'll report back when I hit it or if I miss it or whatever, and we'll just cheer each other on. However you want to do this, I'm here for you. I support you, and I'm proud of you. I really am. We've all come a long way. It's kind of incredible when I think about it, the things that I've been able to do. I don't know if you're like me. This is something I've talked about. I struggle pretty bad with anxiety. And so you can find my video on that about anxiety and weight loss and stuff. Um, and I get down on myself about things. And it's funny, I can be confident in some areas, and you'll see that on the Real Housewives or RHR Jen channel sometimes. The confidence comes out. But then here, I feel like I can be my real self and say, I don't always give myself credit. I don't even realize what I've done until you guys tell me, that's incredible what you've done. And I'm like, oh my God, is it really? I mean, I get it. It feels incredible, but my brain hasn't caught up yet. It hasn't. So when I hear somebody say that it's incredible, it's easier for me to get genuinely excited for your accomplishments than it is to see my own. So that's what that's about. But truly, humbly, thank you, because you guys leave me the nicest compliments and the nicest comments. They mean more than I can possibly say. They truly do. And I want to say right back at you, I am blown away by this flock. You're the most wonderful, generous, kind, lovely flock. And I'm better for knowing you. I really am. So thank you. All right. I'm dying to know your thoughts on this. Now, here's my takeaways in our homework. Ready? I always give homework. Here we go. Our homework. Challenge yourself 5 days, 5 of the next 7. I want you to think about do you want it to be steps? What's your step goal? You can leave it in the comments and then circle back and tell me where you ended up. We'll cheer each other on. If you're not able to do steps, figure out a physical goal. If it's swimming twice a week, if it's whatever it is, whatever you're able to do that. I'm going to say out loud for accountability buddy, Dylan, hold me to this. 5 of the 7 days, I'm going to try my hardest for 10,000. Hopefully my foot will play nice. And if it doesn't, I'm going to just do my best. And that's going to be okay. So 5 of the 7 days, I'm going to try for 10,000. We can do this. Let me know yours. Also, I am looking into options. If you have a suggestion of how to do smaller groups, it's not that I want to lose some of you. It's more of, maybe I keep doing these videos once a week, and then another day of the week we do breakout sessions. I don't know, something. I just I think we have something really good here. I do, and I want this to grow, and I want to know how else can I help you. So if you have suggestions there, I'm listening. Let me know. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. You mean the whole wide world to me, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts on all of it. I can't believe it. You guys are amazing. You really are. I can't believe myself. 140 pounds? It's crazy. It's hard, but I did it, and you can do it too. I didn't even say I did it drug-free. I always tell you guys that, but I'm telling you I did it drug-free. I think the way you can tell I've done it drug-free, because some people are like, how you doing? And I don't knock anybody. Listen, if you do what you got to do, I don't think that's the magic answer. You still have to eat the right things and do the wrong things. I mean, not do the wrong things. Mine just went slower. So people ask me a lot, like, well, how do you not have loose skin? It's because I didn't do the meds, and I didn't do it fast, and I've gone slow, and now I'm picking up the physical fitness part. So I'm finding everything that tightens. It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better, and I feel pretty darn good, and I can wear things that I didn't think I'd be able to wear. So and you should wear what you want to wear. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying, like, that I feel more comfortable in. And I do notice it kind of follows itself, meaning as I get more fit, I'm getting more confident in my body and what I'm wearing. And as I'm getting more confident in my body and what I'm wearing, I want to get more fit because I feel pretty darn good. And I feel like I look good. So anyway, they're all tied together. So just keep going, and we'll support each other. We'll flock together, and let me know your thoughts on all this. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you to my accountability buddy. Thank you, Dylan. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good day. Bye-bye.